Well, we're back and we're still talking about wells. And you're like, look, I don't get it, but I'm still here for the ride. And here we go. Turn to Genesis 29. And right now in Genesis 29, Jacob is on the run because his brother wants to murder him. So this guy better run. And eventually he finds his way to, you guessed it, what we've been talking about, a well. And there's shepherds and their sheep are at the well. And Jacob right now, he strikes up some small talk with them. And so far, it's so good. I mean, it's a nice conversation, but in verse 6, the shepherds mention that Rachel is coming with her sheep. And when Jacob hears of Rachel, it's like he just turns on a dime. He starts bossing the shepherds around and he's telling them to go do this and go do that and give water to their sheep and scram. He's like, you guys need to get out of here right now, okay? And if you're a guy, you probably get what's going on right now because there's nothing worse than trying to ask out a girl in front of all her friends or in front of a crowd of a bunch of people. And so Jacob is trying to get some of that one-on-one time right now. So he's saying, you shepherds, you need to get out of here right now, cut the chit chat. And the shepherds come back and they go, no, we have a job to do and we know how to do our job better than you. And so Jacob starts improvising. He's thinking, look, if I can't get that one-on-one time, then at least I'll impress her. And so in verse 10, he rolls this large stone from the mouth of the well. And he's like, Rachel, baby, you better watch this. And he's kissing his arms and flexing and just grunting and pushing this rock. And it's amazing stuff because back in Genesis 25, verse 27, let me just read this for you. And the boys grew up. Esau became a skillful hunter, a man of the field, but Jacob was a peaceful man living in tents. So back when Esau was being described, it's that he's a real expert. He's a real master of killing stuff. But whenever Jacob is being described, and don't lose the humor here, he's just some simple guy who lives in tents, and that's it. There's no mastery, there's no expertise, no nothing. He's just some mama's boy that loves living indoors. It's like his defining quality is to avoid all kinds of hard labor, like, right now, pushing a large stone. And so we got to give him some credit here because he actually does move this large stone from the well, but after he does that, then he runs up to Rachel, he kisses her, and then he starts crying. And I'm not making this up, just look at verse 11. Then Jacob kissed Rachel and lifted up his voice and wept. This is the worst way to pick up a girl. It doesn't matter where you live or when you live or what your culture is. The move is not to get sweaty from pushing a large rock and then run over to a girl you don't know and then kiss her and then start crying in front of her. This is how you get a restraining order, not how you get your future wife. This is not supposed to work. And here's the kicker. It does work, and it works because God is with Jacob, even in spite of Jacob. Even in spite of his romantic shortcomings, Jacob and Rachel are brought together, and it all started at a well.